All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode, possibly the final episode, depending on how well these people do in their exploring of the Crypts of Kelemvor, which is what we are playing tonight, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Once again, on SirLucien's channel. Thank you for showing up. If you've missed anything, you can definitely check it out on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/SirLucien and get caught up with all of the awesome role-playing as we've had 2 sessions before this, and we are out now on 3rd session, maybe the final. This adventure was created by one of the developers of Neverwinter, the MMORPG, and then was released in the Dragon Plus magazine, online magazine for Dungeons & Dragons. And we decided, when I took a look at it, I thought, this would be a cool adventure to run a group through. So that's kind of what we've been doing. So, to jump back in, our players are sitting on a splash screen. You can see them down at the bottom of the screen at the moment. They don't quite see the map yet, which we're going to put them on in just a moment. But before we do that, why don't we go ahead and introduce our players. So, sitting on the screen to my right is our player, Becky, playing Sivero. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the character you're playing.
Hi, I'm Becky, or LB Hackemup. I am playing Sivero, the Yuan-ti bard of the group. She's excited to be adventuring, a little anxious about what they're doing because it's got a little more intense than she was expecting, but traveling with her good companions that she's collected over time, and she's excited to become a real adventurer.
Awesome. And then sitting next on right is playing Kayzahiir, or we call him Kaz. Indoor adventurer. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about the character you're playing tonight.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I am going to be playing Kayzahiir, Dragonborn Cavalier. And after joining up with Sivero a while ago, we ended up meeting Fawoosh and found ourselves here where we're learning how to become great adventurers like those priests thought we were back in episode 1.
Awesome. And to round our party out, we have all the way to the far right on the screen, we have Greybeard from Greybeard's Tavern playing Fawoosh. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the character you're playing tonight.
I'm old Greybeard of Greybeard's Tavern, and, I'm going to be playing Fawoosh. He is the Flame of Hundara, and he's a Kobold Sorcerer, and he loves fire.
Yeah, you guys have been doing really good with them so far. So, all right. Let's jump right back in. So let me put you on the map so you guys can begin to remember where you were. It's been 2 weeks since we played, so we're trying to catch back up with where we left off. Let me move you over. There we go. All right. So as you recall, you had entered the crypts. You had spent probably a couple of days at this point, because you've done at least one long rest that I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've done more than one, though. I think you've only done one. So at least 2-ish days, although underground time kind of passes in a weird, nebulous thing to most players or characters. And you've explored this pretty large size crypt. You were here at the behest of the Priests of Kalampore. This is a temple or a shrine of Kelemvore. And while the priests are busy maintaining and keeping the undead back from breaking past this keep and then kind of flowing into the rest of the Sword Coast, they have asked our players here, our heroes, to clear out the crypts for them, as they do not have the manpower at the moment. So they have decided to go down. So their main mission is not only to come down here, but they are looking for broken seals, which they are to collect. They have thus far collected 5 broken seals in this level. You know that you are supposed to collect, I want to say 7.
We don't know that.
We
didn't ask.
You're guessing. There's probably maybe some more. And then the second thing they are supposed to do is not only are they supposed to collect the seals and bring them back to the main priest of Kelemvore, who's going to repair them, which will keep undead from rising in this crypt area. They're also, in the meantime, before those crests are rebuilt and re-enchanted, they're going to light braziers that repel and stop necrotic magics from happening, which they've done with several of those so far. They've went to the final room where they've turned a key, and when they turned the key, they heard a noise back the way they came. So now they've tracked back from where they were, and they have found a door that was previously closed to them, and they could not find a way open. Has now, when they've come back to this room number 2, the door is opened in front of them, so they see a new passageway. And that's where we're going to pick up tonight's session. So welcome to the Crypts of Kelemvor. We're going to jump right back in when I finally get my PDF back up. There it is. Okay, cool. So let's re-talk a little bit about this little spot you're in. So beyond this door, this first door, which was now opened, kind of just below Kayzahiir, beyond the door stands a small room with a lever next to another stone door, but it is already open. Beyond that door, a set of steep stairs leads down into the darkness, and that's where we finished off. Now, I don't think anybody's rested. I'm pretty sure the blesses would have worn off by now, or these are bardic inspirations, I think. Mm-hmm. So those have probably wore off. Those are minute long. What would the group like to do now presented with stairs that go down?
Sivero would like to kind of pause for a second, and she's just going to say, Falusha, Kayzahiir, can I say something?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Now's as good a time as any.
I don't know if I can do this. I mean, I thought this was going to be, I don't know, easier than it is. I don't know if I can be a great adventurer. This is really hard.
Well, I don't know about you, but I worked to get to where I am today. It's, hasn't gone exactly as planned, but I'm alive and I'm with you guys. As long as we have that, well, I'm okay.
I think hanging out with us, you'll have plenty of time to develop.
But we still have so much to do in this dungeon. Do you think we can really make it all the way through?
Listen, I haven't spent 10 years roaming this planet to not finish the adventure.
That's
I'm gonna
very sweet.
I point to all the different arrow wounds that I currently have from all of the zombies and just, look, if this didn't stop me and those spiders didn't stop us and that ogre zombie didn't stop us, then we're gonna do fine. Worst case scenario, then we just come back, but a little bit not ourselves and more hungry for people.
Oh.
You know,
She kind of just like off into the distance.
One way or another. Yeah, life or unlife, it will continue.
Okay.
So, really? That's the best we got going for us. Regardless of what happens, we'll stay on our feet. Or tail.
I don't know if I feel better, but okay. As long as I'm with you guys, I think that we can make it through.
That's the spirit.
And I begin searching this immediate area for traps.
All right, let's do our first roll of the evening then. Go ahead and give me a perception check while you're kind of looking around.
Perception or investigation?
This one's a perception. There's
all right.
for reasons.
That sounds promising.
Hey, you were pretty sure there's no traps here.
Perfect.
I mean, you're really confident. No traps that you see.
I got this.
And Faouche strides forward.
Both Sivero and Kaz can make a perception check, too.
Okay.
All right.
The night is starting out so good.
This
So
is
good.
why we're family.
You
Why I like to
feel
roll dice.
you feel like this is really safe. You feel like
Okay.
nothing could possibly go wrong at all.
Oh, man.
All right.
See, I hope that speech has left you with more confidence in our abilities as adventurers.
So
know, I think it has.
so you follow the stairs, and then that brings us to a whole nother map.
Ooh. New map, new map.
Okay.
That was fancy.
So you should be down in a new room. And actually, you guys are kind of through this door. Oh, let me move the door. So,
Oh, okay. Found
yeah, let me remove the door. There we go. So you guys can go down to that first corner is the actual corner.
Mhm.
There you go.
Ha.
And now you see another room.
it.
So
I
in
would
this,
like to make a perception check.
yeah, yep, okay. The initial chamber of this area holds only a pair of stone columns, but a dark hallway leads north, as far as you can see. Perception checks. Yeah, it seems like a stone corridor, made of stone. Definitely another level down, but nothing stands out for you. Let's see. Kayzahiir, you notice. Kaz notices
Oh, that music timing.
there seems to be down near this pillar, looks to be like some broken crossbow bolts that, as you're staring at them, you kind of deduce that they've crashed against this back wall and must have broke when they hit the wall.
Hey, Faouche.
Yeah.
Should probably check around just in case of, I don't want any of those kinds of arrows sticking in me either. And I'll point over to the broken bolts that are on the ground.
Wall traps. Yep. Gotcha.
And investigate or perception?
Well, tell me what you're doing right from where you're at.
Nope. Yeah. I'm gonna search this. Basically, start with this tile and just kind of look at the edges of it to see if it, if it looks like it sinks or if it's higher or lower than the tiles around it.
Okay. You can do an investigation roll. You'll have to go. Do you have Dungeon Delver?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you can move at normal speed?
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, so this will take you just, a normal few 20 seconds, looking through the room. So go ahead and do a
Okay.
investigation.
Oh my god, with advantage.
Yeah, you do not see any traps within this square room, and you've checked. You've actually made it to here.
Okay.
You do not see any, and no crossbow bolt has plunked into you during that time either.
See, we're clear.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay, Kayzahiir. You said it's fine.
You were so confident upstairs.
Yeah, but, there was better lighting up there. All I have is my torch.
Shall we keep going, my friends?
Now, Kaz,
Go
you
ahead.
definitely are deducing that the crossbow bolts must have came from the north. So they're broken against the southern wall, which means they must have flown from the north to have hit the southern wall.
Alright.
So down the hallway.
Yeah, Falush will
That's
look
what
down.
you would deduce.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You might want to check down that hallway too, buddy.
And I will continue to do what I was born to do. And I will
All right, so
check this all out.
this is a perception check.
Okay.
I'm going to give you advantage because you kind of have a feeling something's here. So it
Okay.
you know it's there. It's just the can you figure it out? What's triggering it? There's a trap here.
Woohoo!
So, but what's the problem is that there's so much dust and debris and you're looking around the walls, you're looking for tripwires, you're looking for the floor, but the floor is kind of dirty and there's rubble here and there, and you're just not seeing. You're just not seeing it.
I don't think there's as many traps as we thought. Those crossbow bolts must have been from skeletons.
Hmm.
Well, if there's skeletons up there, then let me take front.
Go for it, big guy.
All right. And I'll get in front of Foosh.
All right, so yeah, when Fuwoosh walks through, you can make a perception check too. You actually have the ability to, not with advantage, just regular. Oh, 18.
Ooh.
You actually have
Yeah.
spotted. So you've kind of hop, skipped, and passed because you think you've seen a couple of what looks to be like floor plates, and you get up to here and nothing's happened, but you're pretty sure you saw a few of these plates. You don't know if you saw them all, but you think you've seen one or two of them and you were able to avoid them.
And I'll then do my best to point out the plates that I walked on, just in case they weren't paying attention to my footing as I was going.
So, Sivero, you can go through the hallway and you can make the check also. Fuwoosh, are you going to follow Kaz immediately, or would Sivero go right after him? Who would go next?
Probably me. Unless Severo, are you usually? I can't remember how we
I
marching
think I usually
ordered
stick
before.
to the middle.
Okay, all right, then go ahead.
Kind of squishy.
Okay, so yeah, Sivero, go ahead and make your check. You made a 13. Okay. So immediately from behind Kaz, you notice that her tail slithers over one of the plates that you were trying to point out, and she must have misinterpreted which one you meant, because her tail goes right over it, and you hear the thunk, 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 thunk from behind you on the north wall, and 4 crossbow bolts come flying out. Let's see if they hit anybody, or if you guys are able to dodge away. So we're going to do a little random thing here. So let's say Kaz is 1, Sivero is 2, and Fuwoosh is 3, and I'll just roll a 1d3. So we'll do a /roll 1d3. All right, so the first one is going to attempt to pierce Sivero. Kaz, you're able to dodge out of the way. Fuwoosh, you've already dodged. You see this one. Let's see if it hits your AC or not. So this is just it's not too good of a roll. 1d20 plus 4. Oh, no. Does a 13 hit?
No.
All right. So it flies past. Let's do one more of those. Oh wow! All these crossbow bolts are
my
trying
fault.
to hit Sivero.
It's okay.
So you've dodged, right? And you move to this side, and then another one comes swinging past. Let's see if this one hits. Should have made a macro for these. 14.
Yep, that's my AC.
14 hits. So you take 5 piercing damage from an arrow.
Ooh. Ah! Oops. Ow.
There we go.
It's okay.
Oh, look at that.
Be
And then
fine.
you kind of stumble back because that one hits you, and then you hear the floop as you've stumbled across another one. This is so bad.
Oh no.
Oh, let's put you there. Oh, but a 5, so you're able to dodge away because you know what's going on. The last crossbow bolt that's been triggered. Oh, wow. The dice gods are not with you tonight, Sivero.
Don't worry, I have a healing potion.
Oh, 8.
Chosen
Oh,
one.
so yeah, an 8. It's a miss. All right, and so you guys have. What's happened is you've kind of hop, skipped, and jumped, and you realized that these last couple plates here had the trigger mechanisms, but now you were finally past them. So you're pretty sure. Maybe I'll draw them on the map for you guys. Draw shape and red.
Yeah, that does look bad.
Looks like these were the ones that triggered. Okay.
I think I'm gonna, if it's okay with you guys, I think I'm going to take a healing potion.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
you burned it.
Yeah, thanks. Should I just roll where they were just regular healing potions, right?
Yeah, so that is 2d4 plus 2.
Just make sure I'm doing this right. It's been a while.
Yep, /R space 2d4 plus 2, no spaces.
Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
There you go. Good rolls.
good. Ooh. So I down it, and then I just kind of put my hand on my hips, and I go, see what I was talking about?
All right, so to the west, you see a door that's already open. You do see a light, and which is kind of illuminating this hallway. There's a lever here. Oh, I don't need to draw anything there. Let's. All right, there we go. There's a lever on the wall, but the door is open. And to the east, you see the tunnel has been caved in. It looks like it's been for a very long time, and appears to be pretty large boulders. You're pretty sure you're not going to be able to get through there. So you see also a set of stairs that appear to lead down. So you're seeing them at the end of the hallway there, and then it turns north.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this may be a dumb question, but who's lighting all of these torches?
Farouche will walk over to the torch and reach up and see if it's giving off heat.
No, this is one of the magical ones that look similar to the ones you've seen throughout the crypt.
It's magic.
Oh,
But while you're over there, go ahead and give me a perception check, Farouche. Maybe one that's above 5.
If it's for traps, I have advantage.
Not a trap,
Okay,
just for noticing.
normal.
it is above a 5.
Yeah. Nope. The lever's down and the door is up. And you assume it acts like the other doors that you've seen in the crypt, where there's a lever to either raise it up or lower it.
Okay.
All right, so do we want to go through that one?
Is it okay if I go last?
Yeah, sure.
Sure
Whoosh,
thing.
do you want to go first to look for traps?
Sounds good.
And he boldly steps onto the landing and then strides forward and then searches like the stairs in the corner area for traps.
Okay, I'm going to move you to another spot, so give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you see where you're at now?
No, I'll find me in a second. I gotta
Look over to the right on the same map.
Oh, yep, got it. Okay.
So you've kind of come to that area there. So this is the same thing. It's the same corner that you were just at. I just moved you to a different spot on the map. And then who would be next out? Who's following Fawoosh down?
I'll follow Fawoosh.
Yeah, not me.
Okay, and then you would be last. Okay, so you guys are all on the stairway. You can see Fawoosh is at the corner, and he's about to head north. Look for your tokens over to the right now.
I see.
The map.
And it's I only see like 10 feet. Is there a wall there or?
Yeah, there is a wall there.
Okay, to the north. I'm like,
All I see is a statue.
There. I think I got the map right now. Yeah, so when you get down to that portion, so a set of stone stairs leads down to the landing, then turns to the north. From beyond the bend, a faint rise of flickering light intermittently dances across the walls. You can see to your left is a statue with another broken seal on the floor. Let me show you that.
cool. I was just about to ask.
There we go. And I can add that to the ones that you already have.
Yeah.
And then this door here is also open. And everybody that's now, the moment you step off the stairs and into that room, I need a perception check from each person that does that.
Yes.
Oh, it's the Knight of Nines.
I'm super nervous, so I'm like...
Okay, so, Kaz, was yours a 5?
Yeah, mine was a 5.
All right, so Sivero, you hear voices from ahead that seem to be raised in an argument, but seem to be too far away for any detail. You're not hearing the words, you can't tell what the language is, but you think you hear voices from the room to the north. And you're pretty sure your two people that are walking have not heard it.
Okay. Hey, wait.
Oh, what's up?
I hear voices, Red.
Well, that's not
I don't hear nothing.
Shh, stop. Don't go. Don't go.
Maybe they're friendly.
I'm gonna go forward a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can like post up a little bit and kind of listen in.
Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of peeking around the open doorway here. You can see that the floor of this rectangular chamber is breached directly in front of the door by a collapsed trap. A spike pit 15 feet across and nearly 25 feet side to side. Narrow ledges to both sides look as if they should allow passage around the pit. So you guys see that right in front of you. Near the center of the 20-foot high chamber, a brazier of balance stands unlit. A sealed sarcophagus you can barely make out to set to the side. And you see two figures on the far side of the room standing near an oversized stone door, and it stands closed. In the shadowy light, two of the figures are pacing before the door and its lever, including the one that's carrying an enormous sword. Their hushed argument carries across the room. So now that you're kind of snuck forward and you're kind of listening, you hear... So the figure with the sword seems to be kind of impatient as he grunts, "You're going to be there all day. Or should I just smash it open now?" And the other figure that's at the door kind of snarls back and says, "I'm a mage, not a rogue. There are heavy wards and strong magic keeping this door sealed." "So you'll try then," the warrior says to somebody who seems to be unseen, kind of looking not towards you guys, but somewhere else, off that you're not quite seeing who he's talking to. And then you hear a third voice. I told you, it's a magic shield, a third voice says. Not my thing. Wait, what's that? And then suddenly you see a third figure appear from behind a pillar, and it's an archer with a drawn bow, and says, we have company, to her companions that are behind her.
Sivero is going to go, ah! And then like hide behind the door, like audibly make a noise and like cower.
Okay.
I'll just go in front of Sivero. Kind of like I'll toss my lantern to the side, and just kind of hope that they don't see us.
They already saw.
Yeah. You, Sivero, you're pretty sure that the one with the bow saw you as you dodged. You kind of dashed back into the corner. You're
All
pretty
right.
sure.
I'm gonna say then, please don't shoot us. We're not undead.
And you hear a rough voice comes out. Who goes there? Stand where we can see you.
I'm gonna put my hands up and my tail up so that it's kind of like all three are in a row. And I'm gonna like peek out of the door and just go, I'm just a little Yuan-ti exploring a cave. Please don't shoot us.
Okay, so once one of them gets a look at you, you see one of them kind of step back and is surprised by your features. She has the bow. The other one, let me get some of these people open here. Okay, there we go. So one of them is short, dressed in heavily armored, so plate mail, sword and shield, big sword, definitely a dwarf, or at least that size. The other one appears to be a tiefling in the back who is wearing robes, and there appears to be you're not quite sure because she has a hood up, but she has a short bow out, and you think maybe could be wearing kind of some leather armor underneath a cloak, so you're thinking like a woodsman or a scout or I mean, maybe a thief, maybe a ranger. You're not quite sure, but it's giving off that kind of vibe to you.
I think they are adventurers.
Do you think they got hired for the same job?
Maybe.
And so the dwarf kind of growls at all of you again. Come out where we can see you. Stop hiding in the shadows.
Promise not to shoot us.
Look, I'll go
I don't
first.
make no promises.
If he does shoot, he'll hit me and hopefully not you.
But I have to heal you if you get hit.
That's not so bad.
Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna try and go with my.
Okay.
And then
So,
try
yeah, you
and
see-
shimmy across.
Yeah, you see a tiefling in the back. You see a stout plate mailed armored figure. You're definitely thinking a dwarf, but does have a helmet and stuff on, so it could be something that's short. And then this character begins to move again as this one moves forward, and they kind of spread themselves out a little bit. Weapons are out.
Right. Okay. Look, this might just be a huge misunderstanding. Maybe we're in for the same thing. And I'll just continue walking forward.
I will follow slightly behind. Remembering that it's my place as the bard to speak to people when I'm nervous.
And we hear one of them whisper to the dwarf, "It's a Dragonborn, a Yuan-ti."
And I try to almost stay behind Sivero. I mean, I'm not like deep, like Scooby-Doo sneaking or anything, but I do try to hug the wall so they might not see me.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they see you.
Okay. That's fine, but I'm still kind of hugging
so
the wall.
it's funny because they look, and as you kind of begin to approach, and the dwarf is all right, Dragonborn, close enough. And then you hear the tiefling from who's over on the left hand side. He says, and people say we're a strange grouping. Look at this, and they're kind of sizing you up. It's kind of like the sizing up motion.
That's kind of rude.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? All we did was just come to the same tune.
Yeah. And the gruff one. Do you say that out loud, or do you just think it?
No, I say
No, I definitely say that out loud.
Yeah. So the dwarf's like,
filter.
the dwarf's like, come on, you have a kobold with you.
Hey,
That is our son.
And I stride forward and throw back my cloak and reveal my my satins and silks, my noble clothes, and I'm like,
I am Fawoosh.
Yeah, he's really important. Show us a
He's
little
like a prince or
respect.
something.
So they kind of they as you guys have moved closer, they are kind of rearranging themselves, and they're keeping some distance.
I'm gonna kind of shake off a little bit and kind of put my hands up and again remember my place as the bard. Look, we do not want any trouble. We were hired by the clerics to come and clear this crypt. So if you are here to do the same thing, then we can work together. If you are not here to do the same thing, then are you grave robbers?
You see some quick glances between the three, and the tiefling kind of lets out a, I would say like a half-hearted or not a very confident laugh that, oh, we're here to clear it out, but I don't think you mean the same thing.
You want the gold and the glory, yes?
And you see the dwarf in the front lines laugh. She says, aha, we're talking to the smart one of this group.
You're very kind. Well, we are all trying to get the same goal. We don't necessarily need all the trinkets and the nonsense. We clear this out, we split the profits, and if you want to pick up anything, we can rush and blow for it.
So you see they're definitely thinking about your proposal here, but you're gonna need to back it up with a persuasion roll, Miss Bard.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's
Pretty good.
funny because it's exactly what you need.
Yes.
So you see them kind of talk amongst themselves, and the tiefling seems to be the leader of this group, is from the impression you're getting, and so he kind of moves forward and says, "Okay, so we get through this last door." We split what's ever on the other side. We go our own ways, and everybody's happy. Is that the deal we're hearing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to make an insight check. Also, does he have a tail?
You can go ahead and make an insight check. You do not see a tail under his robes. You're not sure. He has big, voluminous robes on. You get the impression some type of arcana person, some type of caster,
Yeah.
somebody who deals in magic.
The insight was to see if he was lying. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know. At the
Gotcha.
side there.
Yeah, no tail, and so far you don't think he's told you a lie.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you're really not sure yet because all he's done is ask you a question.
Right.
But yeah, I'll let
All
the
right.
insight roll go. And actually, you guys can do insight rolls too, Kaz and Fawoosh, as they're talking.
I will
But-
step forward to greet him, like to
Okay.
get a Fawoosh. You're like, yes, these guys.
He's giving you guys up and he's joining their group.
Yeah.
See ya. Goodbye, guys.
So
I
I'm going
understand.
to,
They seem pretty strong.
yeah. I'm gonna say to the tiefling, I'm gonna offer him my hand as a gingerly dainty lady hand, and I'm going to say, "My name is Sivero. What may I call you?"
And he takes your hand, and he has like purplish skin, clearly a tiefling, and says, "You may call me Semmelkin, Farcaster. These are my companions, Gromlik Three Teeth and Calicia Forged Dawn." And they kind of Gromlik bows or kind of nods his head a little bit to the side, and Calicia does like a small little curtsy, but still has her bow and arrow knocked, but pointing at the ground, not at anybody.
It is a pleasure to meet all of you. My companions, Kayzahiir and the great and powerful Fawoosh.
And I do a flourish with my cloak and bow.
And then Foosh says,
You guys got one of them striker things? You can get the razor going. You gotta do that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh. Please, let me, as a sign of a companionship, let me do this one. And I'm going to go over and try and light it.
Oh, yeah, and they look at you, and they kind of look at you and like, so Semmelkin says, well, we've tried to light these throughout the crypt, but they wouldn't light.
Oh, let me show you how to do it. And I'm going to do not a saving throw, but a check, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, let me find that. That's way up in the top of the document, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was a dexterity, and that's why I took it, because I have
Yeah, I think it's an
high
easy
dexterity.
check. I think it's just
Yeah.
a 10-ish.
I mean, I rolled an 18.
Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it.
I do a quick, like, flip, because I, do tricks sometimes. I flip it in my hands, and I, like, keep eye contact with them while I daintily light it.
All right, let me bring it over.
Fawoosh is grinning to himself, arms folded like, they have fallen for my ruse. He doesn't say it, but he's got that snarky kind of look going, like they don't have a striker thing. They're grave robbers. But he doesn't say anything. He's just standing there pompously.
So
Shoot.
what that does is that it stops it stops the undead from, well, existing, really. So if we encounter any problems, we just haul ass back here and watch them burn.
Have you, did you have more in your group before?
And you see some wary looks between them.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put my hand on the shoulder of the tiefling. What was his name?
Semmelkin. Here, I'll put him in chat for you guys too, just so you can see it.
Okay. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and say, your friend is in a better place, Semmelkin. We put him to rest with the zombies.
Yeah, and you actually see Semmelkin actually has an earnest look in his face, thanking you, and a little bit of maybe you're seeing a little bit of being ashamed that that you had to take care of it, and maybe they didn't in some way, or whatever happened there that you guys don't quite know. Whatever that, there's a little bit of shame hidden in the eyes there.
Mm-hmm. As there should be. Sorry. So do you want to take the lead, or shall we?
And
I could use for a sit down.
Yeah, the Gromlik says, well, if one of these people could get the damn door open, we've been here for 20 minutes.
Oh. Doors are hard. I think that my friend Frau Husch and Kayzahiir can do this while we discuss further matters. And I kind of like nudge them over to the door while I try to get some insight on these guys.
Yeah. This is a trick we've done before.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Yes. And I'm gonna start explaining how we got past the zombies and tell them a little bit about my hat and like they're really dumb, so you have to trick them, and if you can't fight them, you just gotta find a different way to like being really positive about it and not like talking down to them that they couldn't do it, basically.
Okay. So yeah, you see a lever on the right. Who's doing what? They kind of stand behind you in a ready position now, and giving you some room to, because they were not able to open the door before you interrupted them.
So if they said there's a magic seal on it, then I think Faouche should take a look and see if he can.
Yeah, I'll try to arcana it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to step around this little.
So.
You can do an arcana check, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so yeah,
When
you're
it
looking
counts.
at it, and you think that you can see residual magic, that there must have been a ward here and that this door is normally warded. But you also think that what probably kept it shut was that the brazier was unlit.
Okay. All right. So if Faouche, I'll wave my hands around and I'll touch the door and I'll do a little prestidigitation to make it look like some kind of magic crawls across the door.
And I'm like, Kaz, if you try the lever.
And I step back.
Yes, of course. I'll try the lever.
Yeah. We see the door open.
He's pretty powerful,
Mm-hmm.
And I nod.
Yeah, Grumlock gives you a nice golf clap. It's like, they're even better than they look.
Yeah. As we're moving forward, I am going to ask. I forget what the cleric's name. What was the cleric's name we talked to in the beginning? Oh wait, just kidding. I might have my notes. That's not the right notes. The one who gave us the mission in the beginning.
Yeah, that would be... Let me go back up to the top. You talked to Doom Guide Soulhearth, the main priest of Kelemvor of this.
Right. So I'm going to say, I'm going to say, like, so you guys talked to the Doombringer of Soul. Like, I'm going to mess up his name a little bit, just to see if they catch it. And he's kind of a douchebag, isn't he?
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
going to
if I
say...
didn't make a deception or something.
Yeah, they kind of look at you and they're like, well, I mean, you saw our companion who has now passed, and I'm sure you saw the hole in the ceiling that we came down from.
It was you guys.
We did not talk to any of the Kelemvore priests.
Just gonna look at Kayzahiir and be like, you didn't pick up on that? I'd be like, oh,
Bug or
yes,
something.
of course. Oh, well, how did you know where to drop into anyways?
We had picked up an old map that showed some tunnels that led to this area, and then we heard some noises, began to dig through what we thought was a floor tile, but ended up being a ceiling tile. We dropped down in and we thought, well, these riches are here and the dead certainly don't need them.
That's pretty good thinking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say to them, go ahead.
If you If you had asked the clerics, they actually said that we could keep whatever we found in here, so you guys actually missed out on some coin.
And this is why we do research before we go into a dungeon, yes?
And yeah, and they kind of look
Always
to you and
check
say,
out the
well,
job.
I mean, maybe you found a little bit of coin, but we're doing pretty good so far.
Okay. Who would like to lead? Who is strong enough and would like to lead us into this next room?
Oh, and the Grumlick, the dwarf, who's been kind of rude-ish to most of you, is like, he kind of does this over-exaggerated courtesy bow and says, "Oh, well, since you've opened the door, by all means, lead us, great adventurers."
All right, Fawoosh, do your thing.
All right, go ahead, Fawoosh.
All right. Again, Fawoosh strides forward and sees what he can see.
All right, you see a low-ceiling chamber which holds a statue of Kelemvore in the northeast corner. Seems to be a large chest before it and a broken seal at its feet. A single ornate sarcophagus stands to the west with a dusty open book set on one of 4 small plinths that surround it. A dead body sprawls before the sarcophagus, whose sides are marked with skulls and whose engraving carries an arcane flavor not seen in the previous crypts.
Fawoosh looks back and is like,
Is this another friend of yours?
just kind of jokingly, and then I will kind of look in this area for traps.
All right, yeah, go ahead and make your roll.
Nice.
You do not appear to see any traps.
This part's good.
And I stride into the room.
All right.
I'm gonna whisper to Kayzahiir. I think we let them check out the
All right, after you guys. And I'll point to the other 3 before I go into this room.
All right, I'm just going to put the token thing there. Yeah, so the dwarf kind of strides in. The tiefling, and then the scout is kind of standing back and says, "Oh no, after you, scaled one."
Look, how about we both go together? I just don't want you assholes leaving us leaving us in here while you're outside.
It seems
That
that's
just
the
doesn't-
same idea I have.
So why don't we just go together?
Are you asking me out on a date, she says to you?
I mean, play your cards right, and we'll see how.
Yeah, she gives you the just the sigh of disgust, and then it says typical, and then moves in at the same time you move in.
I'm gonna lean back and say, "That was really smooth."
Working on it.
As Fawoosh is gonna start crossing the chamber towards this pillar, but I want to know what this is. On the north wall, that lump.
North wall.
I mean, it could just be a decorative lump, but
Decorative lump.
Those are the best kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that marks that out as something. So I think that's just decoration on the room.
Decorative lump.
Yeah.
Fawoosh is gonna try to get to here, and he's gonna try to slink behind that pillar and come up on the seal from behind, and he's just kind of searching, looking for traps or whatnot. But the seal is the most important thing to him right now.
Okay. Yeah, so as you move over to that, what's everybody else doing then, as you make your way across the room?
I'm just gonna steadily be walking more towards the middle, just to provide a space for me to set down my lantern.
Okay, yep, go ahead. It's pretty well lit in this room.
I am going to kind of keep in step with the tiefling, making like, oh, you're so handsome, sort of.
Yeah, so he'll kind of move with Kayzahiir there, and this one will be there, and this one maybe kind of moves over to covers. And then Fawoosh, when you get near the pillar, you're able to. It's a little darker back there, but you're small enough to kind of fit around it if you wish.
Cool. That's exactly why he went there. And then when I get back here, I pick up the seal, and I guess I'll say something like,
Hey, Cass, how many of these we got now?
That'll be your 7th.
okay.
Okay, this will be our 7th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's all of them actually.
And as you touch it, Fawoosh,
Okay.
you hear this crashing, beating sound coming from the sarcophagus.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like something is trying to smash through the stone, and it is like terribly loud.
I'm gonna try and pull Kayzahiir back.
Hold on a second, because we're going to go to break first. And when we come back, we're going to be rolling some initiative.
Yay!
So stay tuned. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes. Don't leave. Something is about to burst from the crypt. We're about to see what this group has to deal with. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yay!
All right, we're back from break, and we're going to go ahead and start this thing. So you guys hear smashing against the sarcophagus. I think we'll go ahead and have you select your tokens and roll your initiative.
Nice.
Middle of the road.
Oh, shit. Actually. There we go. And let's get these guys going. So, seeing some
sorry.
good initiatives. Let's see. So that one is Samuelcon. Where are you at? Okay, you're there. Grom. There you are. And the last one, Kalyesa. All right. Nice big ones. All right, cool. Let's rearrange. Descending. There we go. So Yalissa, Kalyesa draws her bow, points an arrow towards the coffin, is going to hold it, and she hisses, "What the hell is that?" And you probably would notice at this point, Sivero, that she is a half-elf.
Ooh.
So next would be Sivero. You are reacting the next quickest.
Okay.
What
I
do
am
you
going
do?
to kind of pull, not like physically strength pull Kayzahiir back, but I'm going to like tug on his armor a little bit so he's not on the front line. And I'm going to cast Dancing Lights
Okay.
right in front of the sarcophagus here-ish, so that whatever comes out of it can be a little distracted by these dancing lights. I'll have it in. I'll have them combine into a humanoid figure.
Okay. Let me see if I can find something here real quick.
And I'm gonna just take a 5-foot step back. I'm squishy and I'm at half health anyways.
Well, I'm just going to put kind of a glob out there.
Sure. Perfect.
I'll let you be able to control it, so
Ooh.
you'll be able to move it around. And then how much light does it put off? Does it say in the spell?
I think it's like a 20-foot radius. Let me just double check that. Can humanoid of medium size, whichever you choose, 10-foot radius.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Okay, so that should be working. Yeah, okay. Yep, so you can put it right where you want.
That's where I want it.
All right, anything else?
That'll do. Oh no, I'll inspire Kayzahiir. I will say, "You are the strongest among us. If anyone can defend us, you can."
I hope Farouche didn't hear that, but thanks.
I say it quiet enough. I'm not yelling it, okay?
And just
I need to
just
keep
to
up the
check,
illusion.
because nobody's done a rest yet, how many of these inspirations do you have left?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I still have an inspiration.
That's true.
didn't
Hold
use
on, let me
mine.
just double check.
Well, I think it only lasts for a certain time and then just dumps
Yeah.
off.
Oh,
Nope,
the
I don't
bardic
have
inspiration. I was thinking of the inspiration
Yeah.
from the first episode that we
Yeah.
got.
I do not
No,
have
the-
any bardic inspiration
Oh,
left,
no.
so I'm just gonna give you a rousing, non-magical
Pep talk.
inspiration.
Yeah, non-magical. All right,
Words
so
don't carry as much.
Nah.
the thing is
Like,
beating. on the sarcophagus thing, you can hear it growling and getting more mad, and then you hear this infernal kind of language, and then out from the side of the sarcophagus shoots a lightning bolt, smashing the sarcophagus apart.
Is it infernal? Because I can speak infernal.
No, it's some type of spell chanting. It sounds very infernally and demon-like, but it's not actually any of those languages. It's like he's speaking languages of spells, but you kind of recognize it as being the lightning bolt spell. So it's like something you would have heard before. And then popping out of this wreckage, and the lightning bolt is going to shear across. Let's do this first.
This is either going to be really good or really bad.
Yellow.
Take out the other guys first. We should have rested. What were we thinking?
We're great adventurers. That's what we were thinking.
So like
Oh,
that.
jeez.
And then you see... Let me get my mouse back. GM info layer. Token layer.
Oh, that don't look good.
What rises up, and you guys can all roll a history check to see if this is something you've seen or encountered before. Oh yeah, all of you. Nice. You know this to be a flaming skull, kind of an undead-like creature. Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. All right, and so the lightning bolt goes out. Where's my notes? So Mr. Lightning Bolt. So Kaz, Samilcan, and our scout Keliasa have a lightning bolt that kind of streaks through their area with a potential of hitting them. Let me bring up the stats for... Oh, not even there. Lightning bolt.
It's a dex save, do believe.
Yeah. So we'll do a lightning bolt. We'll bring it up. You guys can do it in Discord too if you want to see the stats on it. All right, so each character in that line must make a dexterity saving throw for half damage. Oh, what is that? I don't want that. I didn't know you could do that. All right. Yeah, and the spell save for our creature. DC 13. Oh,
Just made it.
Kay's made it. So you'll take half damage, and then the other two will need to make dex checks. Let's do this, and that's going to be this person. Does not make it. This person. Ooh, both did not make it. So they're going to take the full damage. I am about to roll 8d6.
Bye, guys.
32 damage
So many fours.
as it comes crashing out of there.
Wow.
I'm so happy I saved.
Yeah.
So first, Kaz only takes 18 of that lightning damage. You see this yellowish, greenish lightning bolt rip into Kaz's armor, bounces down and hits Samilcan.
Isn't it 16?
Oh, yeah, 16, sorry.
Oh, thank God.
My math is wrong. 16. Let's
Already used my second wind, too.
Oh no, I still have heals.
So takes 30. Oh my lord. Nearly wrecks SirLucien. I mean, it just has, like, staggers, maybe puts a hand on the ground, huge burning lightning bolts slash across his torso, out his back, and then it crashes into Kayzahiir. And she gets thrown like a rag doll, smashing into this wall.
Oh no.
And Sivero, you can tell, is not breathing, is dead. The lightning bolt is just smashed into the chest of this scout. The
Dead
bow and the
or
arrow goes
unconscious?
flying. Oh, you think she's dead?
She was so snarky.
All right.
This is why you should be nice.
And then this thing floats up into the air about 10 feet, swirls around, and then screams at you in this weird undead, like, kind of arcanish cry that, you know, makes your hearts shudder a bit. This thing is, you recognize this as being a very serious foe. That will bring us to Grumblekin, who sees his companion go down and charges forward with a roar. Can get towards it. He's gonna have to leap up to try to hit it with his greatsword. He's also going to use an ability that's you hear him kind of start shouting orders, and he's like trying to tell you how to flank it and how to maneuver around, and you know, he calls over to Kobold, stop playing around and get into this fight. And he's like trying to give everybody orders as he swings his greatsword twice at this thing. Let's see. So that'd be 1 and 2. So 18 and a 19.
Nice.
Doing work.
Seems to hit into the flame skull itself. It's kind of dipping and dodging around, but he seems to be very good at using this greatsword, and has done that much damage. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So does that damage? All right. And that is his turn. Looks like Fawoosh would be up next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fawoosh steps out, and now we know what a flame skull is, right? Or a flaming skull.
Yeah.
I mean, we rolled good. Fawoosh steps out and is like, Chaos Bolt, and whips his hands together, drawing together chaos energy, and flings it. And it's the only non-fire spell I have.
Oh no.
And it's the last one I have. So it's gonna be ugly. Okay. Chaos Bolt. Come on. I am gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
To not miss.
Hopefully. Nice.
Nice.
Woo!
So
Check for the doubles.
And what type of damage is it?
I did not get doubles, and it is. Come here, you. No. How do you look up the description?
The little gear next to it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. It is cold damage. Woo! Nice.
Nice.
And there was no doubles, so
You see the cold
13
magic
damage.
smash into it and realize it has done 0 damage.
Seems legit.
the flame around the skull has dissipated the coldness.
Oh.
Oh.
See, I was thinking the opposite was going to happen.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, this is one of her
But he
greatest.
took damage, right? It looked like it hurt him.
That my favorite sound for a DM is the deflated player sound. I just love it so much.
Get that as a ringtone.
Oh, so good.
But it
All
still
right.
hurt him, right?
No, not at all. You're pretty sure cold damage did not hurt him.
Oh, shoot.
The only hurt that happened was Fawoosh's pride.
Yes. Yes,
Minus 18 to pride.
Oh,
Oh,
that means I got like a -2 pride. Okay.
All right. So, anything else? Bonus action or movement? Fawoosh.
Nah, I stay where I'm at. I grab out my crossbow.
Okay. Did you pick up the seal, or did you drop it back down when the beating of the sarcophagus started?
I guess I do not draw my crossbow. I stow
No,
away
I'm just
the
saying.
seal.
I'm going to say that when you moved, you could have stowed it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to know if you're carrying it or not, or if you left
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
on the
yeah,
boat.
I do
Yeah.
have
Okay.
it.
So you stowed it in a pouch when you moved. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll just move that over like that. Okay. Cool. That brings us to Kaz. You what, if any, hair that your Dragonborn has feels staticky. You kind of feel like your clothes and your cloak rub together, like you've been dragging your feet on carpet, and you can see that Samilkin next to you got hit super hard, got rocked by that lightning bolt. Like, you've not seen somebody take a lightning bolt like that before. And you're pretty sure the person behind you heard when they hit the wall must have did as much damage, not only from the lightning bolt hitting them, but then the sound it made when her body hit that wall. You're pretty sure that person probably is not feeling very good at all. What do you do?
Oh, yeah. No, they're toast.
Literally.
I'm going to play to my character flaw.
Nice.
Step. I had a buddy who I ran away from way back when, and he's not a buddy or alive anymore, so I'm not going to let this happen again.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of floating there and cackling at you guys and laughing at Fawoosh's magic.
Oh! Not the time. Can I use my inspiration?
First one, yeah, you can use inspiration.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
That is much better.
Okay, yep, 23 will hit. So you do 11. What are you using?
I'm
Greatsword
using my
slashing.
greatsword.
Slashing. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good hit.
And then I don't get an extra attack or anything like that yet, so that's all I can really do. But he does have the unwavering mark on him now, so if he tries to attack anybody else besides me within 5 feet, he'll be at disadvantage.
Okay. Does it specify what type of attack? Does it say anything like it has melee
It has
attack?
on any attack roll
Any
that doesn't
attack?
target me.
Okay. Cool. All right, so we move up to our person that just got hit staggers back, is completely fearful of this thing, and then casts a spell on himself, which you can tell, Sivero, you and probably all of you have recognized and heard this kind of spell before. The mage armor popping up on Samilkin here at the back. And that's all they're going to be able to do. Let me check for any bonus action stuff now. Oh, yeah. And then as a bonus action, you see a flicker start to happen between Samilkin that's like 5 feet back and forth, and then it goes really quickly, almost like a shimmer, and there's some other type of magical effect there that makes it hard to see exactly where Samilkin's standing precisely. And that is Samilkin's turn. Completely fearful, near death. They are done. That character is dead. Off the chart. We are back to the top of the round. Sivero.
All right.
Watching a lightning bolt go blazing by you. Your hair is all static, clingy. And you see the ragdoll form of the scout behind you. And all hell has broken loose. What do you do?
Sivero has a very short, like, coming of an adventure moment where she's like frightened, and then she's like, we gotta finish this, and then she's gonna book it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So she's gonna go over here where she's kind of hiding, but not really hiding. And she is going to move her dancing lights. I don't know. She doesn't really know if they're doing anything. She's kind of just using them as a distraction. So they're going to kind of break up from the big one into 4 little ones and kind of go in front of this just as like a little distraction for him. Again, she has no idea if it's doing anything or not. And she is going to cast Cure Wounds on her friend. Oh, actually, no, I have to touch him, don't I?
You could have dipped down 5 feet, cast it, and then run over.
That's true. And then I would get here, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because you can move, cast, and then move the
okay,
remaining.
so I have to cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
And I'm just going to do a quick little, like... Oh, that's not a lot. Wait. Why is there 2 different... It's the 8, right?
The 8 is the first part of it, and then the 5
Oh.
is because you cast it as a higher level,
There
so it's
you
those
go.
together. Yeah.
So it's a 13.
13?
13. Yeah, I'm gonna like.
Not
catch my
bad.
thing. You're doing great, and then I'm gonna go hide behind the thing.
Okay.
I feel much better, thank you.
Good.
Creature's
no,
turn. Oh.
As I run by, I'm gonna
Yep.
say, "Don't die."
All right. So,
Bardic discouragement.
the creature casts another spell and then begins to shimmer, very similar to what Samilkin looks like a little bit. And now you're having a hard time placing exactly where it is, as it seems to be popping in and out from one spot to another. I would say probably Fawoosh would recognize this as a blur spell. He would have seen something like this before. So going to do that, and okay, so I think that's all he has to worry about. Yeah. Okay. Our dwarf dude. Let's see here. Attack action. Just checking on bonus actions. No. Okay. So yeah, dwarf Gromlik will try to attack again. Is going to have disadvantage on his attacks. Miss. 15. Yeah, that'll be a hit. Just does a little bit more damage. And that
Who's
is
he hitting?
his turn. The
Oh,
The
I'm
skull.
sorry. I thought we were still on the skull. Got it.
Does the skull have to make a concentration check on the spell?
let's check. Yeah, I think
Because I know mirror image isn't con, but I'm not sure about blur.
Yeah, let me look. That one, yep, that one's a con. Let's see. we can do that up here. Oh, you know, it'd be nice if they just had that as a... so con... Let's see, it's going to be 10. Yeah, just a 10. Okay. Huh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. Okay. Brings us to Kayz.
Well, I'm gonna try and hit him. I'm gonna try and hit him real good, even though I know it's a disadvantage.
I
Yep,
believe.
disadvantage.
Here we go. Nope.
No, misses.
No, that's all I can do. And the unwavering mark is gone. It's only until the end of my turn.
Okay. Brings us to Samilcan. You... is going to fire off... is not quite sure what would work here, so is going to fire off Magic Missile.
Amateur.
I attack the darkness.
There it goes for 8 force damage. All right, and that is Samilcan's turn. Sivero, you are up.
I am going to use my crossbow, which I've never used before. I don't think I've used it before. So I'm going to prop up on the crypt. Here,
Okay.
what is this? The little...
Yeah, sarcophagus. Well, what's left of it? It's all blown to pieces now.
Yeah, well, what's left of it? I'm going to prop up and I'm going to try and not hit my friend. Should I move so that I'm
No,
not...
they don't have that in this edition where you have to worry about. But you are at disadvantage when you try to shoot this thing.
Right, okay. Disadvantage.
Just don't hit me.
Oh, I'm really trying.
Why did I say it?
Oh, I'm so sorry!
Yeah, critical fail.
I'm sorry.
Nope. So you see the arrow, and actually, the string on your crossbow fires off. It goes underneath the arrow. It slices off the feathers on the arrow, and the arrow just falls off your crossbow, like it just misfires in your hand completely.
I'm gonna take a quick look around and just like put it back
Yeah,
up.
you see Samilcan give you this look of really right now.
I'm a spellcaster. I'm winding it back up.
And you kind of see fear in Samilcan's eyes too, because this is crazy. He's near death.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oddly enough, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna heal him because I only have one spell left. But I would if I didn't. But oddly enough, his fear is kind of feeding into my like. Well, he's afraid, but I feel better now that he's afraid. You know,
Okay.
it's not. I'm not crazy, and I
You're
feel
not the
like
only
maybe we
one.
can do this.
Maybe we can. All right. We're back to the Flame Skull's turn. I think it's time.
That doesn't sound good
I think
at
it's
all.
time.
What time for what?
It's a party.
So we see these fire rays kind of burn out of the eyes of the skull as it cackles. 2 of them fire at the dwarf. 2 of them fire at Kaz, for a total of 4 fire rays that streak out. Here's the first 2 towards Gremlkin or Gromlik. I get these names wrong. So first one, here we go. Oh, 20 I think is a hit. 2 20s, yeah, that's 2 hits.
Oh my gosh! I think this system is rigged. We're just gonna say it.
This is why I'm a fighter. Magic
Well,
users.
he
cheat.
downloaded the D20 DM app, and
Oh boy,
See?
Kaz.
Oh
A 19 and a 22. Does the 10? Are you still up at the 10?
Oh yeah, I'm still up.
And then the second one hits.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
and
because
then
of cure
11.
wounds. Yeah, no, the
All right.
10 and 11.
So you see these things burn into you. All right, they burn into you. Fear in some people's eyes. That is its turn. The dwarf is patting out some of the burning from his cloak and armor that he has on, and then swings his greatsword at this thing once again
You got this, buddy.
at disadvantage. Nope, 7 is a miss. 13 miss. Oh boy.
no.
Fawoosh.
oh man. Can I make an arcane check to know if
Yeah.
acid will affect this thing?
You certainly can make an Arcana check.
Awesome. Thank
And actually, you did the history one too. I'll let you have advantage on it because you did the history check and had a pretty good high history roll.
Okay.
20, yeah. So you know, and here's the thing that you know. You do not want to try to hit him with cold, fire, or poison.
Okay.
Other stuff may or maybe will work, but maybe not quite as effective. But you are positive that cold, fire, or poison will do nothing.
All right. Excellent. Okay, with that, then I am going to cast Dragon's Breath on myself and make it acid. And I will step to here
Do it,
and let him have it.
Is the acid the line one, or is that the...
They're
that's the one
all
I
a
have.
cone.
Oh, cone. Okay, I've got the cone
So-
somewhere.
And I will
got the
adjust accordingly if I need to avoid my friend.
Yeah, let me bring the cone out for you
Cone
again.
of acid.
The cone of acid.
So you probably, if you were to set it... like that. So if you were to set it kind of like that, maybe if you were one square back.
All right. Right.
You
There.
did it before
Yeah.
you moved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think that... And
Excellent.
then you wouldn't get any of the others.
And then they make a dex save,
Okay.
DC 13.
DC 13 dex save. Yeah, he makes it.
Ugh. So then they take half.
Saving throws? That's ridiculous.
Against magic, gets saving. Yeah, gets
Oh,
advantage
God.
on saving throws.
Yep.
These things are
so he takes half of 9.
Half a 9, so that's going to be a...
4.
yeah.
Are we rounding down?
Yeah, round down.
Okay. And I will stow my crossbow. So I want my paws free. That spell, it lasts its concentration for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Now, it's your action, though, if you use it, though, right?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, yeah. It's not like a bonus action or a reaction or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
And
okay.
I tried to make the same sound as Kaz when he does his acid. Because Fawoosh, thinks it's really cool. So even though his acid is more like a spray because it comes out in this like acidy cone, he still makes the kind of barfy noise that Kaz makes, trying to be cool like him.
All right, Kays, sitting 2 hit points in front of this thing.
Yup. Just gotta keep fighting. I refuse to leave my new friends behind.
Oh, actually, it just took damage. Let me do a concentration check real quick.
I want to play cards with this dwarf.
No, I think this one is...
That's all I want in life.
Oh, yeah.
He's a monster.
Continue on.
Yeah.
End boss fight.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, disadvantage hit. Strive for it.
Swing and a miss, Kays. Swing and a miss.
I'm so good at this.
You're
That's
good
all
at the
I got.
D&Ds. You're very good.
Oh yeah.
All right, our person down here, very afraid. Everything looks like it's going to hell. Thinks he's going to try one more. Actually, he's going to make a couple more steps out, but is going to throw back a magic missile. 'Cause he really doesn't have anything else that's going to hit it. So, yeah, magic missile.
Magic missile.
$14 force damage. That's pretty good.
That is good.
You see some of the radiant glow around it is diminished slightly. It is clear you are damaging and hurting it, but it is not yet died or disappeared or dissipated.
Okay.
Does he have
Sivero,
to
top of the round.
Does he have to make individual checks per magic missile? Or is it just one for the overall spell?
Well, he couldn't do 14. Yeah, there's 3 d4s in there, so.
Yeah, I
it
think it's just
automatically
all the
hit,
missiles
so-
are just hitting him. I think it's all
Oh.
added up for that.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think that would only still be half of a 7, so it's still a 10. He's got to make a 10. Yeah, made it.
So I am going to. I want to know, DM, your thoughts on this. I'm taking a cue from Fawoosh. I've seen that poison, or not poison. Yes, poison. Poison did. What did you do? Acid or poison damage?
I did acid.
Because I have all the poison in the world.
And I have all the fire in the world.
Yeah, right. 2 things that are not going to help us. here.
You can make a... What was your history check when we had you check it before?
I think mine was the highest, but.
Yeah, you know poison is no-go. Like, the poison doesn't affect it at all.
Dungeons, man, not my thing. Okay, so I am gonna go up to Kay's here, and I'm gonna use cure wounds again.
Okay.
At 2nd level.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so 4 plus 13 back for you. Not a ton. And I mean, that's all I can do. I'll get behind him a little bit, I guess, just to give him a little
Can't
bit.
protect you if you're over there.
Well, you're kind of getting smashed and I'm out of spells, so I think I'm kind of protecting you at this point. So as I run by, I'm just going to like do the reach out like I'm falling away from someone and like slide my hand across his shoulder and like scooch out to the other side across my my lights, and I'm going to shout to the tiefling. I'm going to say, magic does not work here. You need to do something else. And that's it.
Okay. So, Flame Skull. Having realized that Kays has not really hit it, but this dwarf here continues to be a nuisance.
There's a reason I only made quartermaster.
is going to fire. Yeah, is going to fire the fire rays into this guy and is going to use. You just see one after another, so it's like fire ray, fire ray, fire ray, fire ray. 14 misses. 12 misses. 10 misses. So his armor is just taking it all up. His plate mail.
Nice.
Yeah, all 4 of them. Bang, 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 bang. Miss. And he's just taking it this brunt of this heat, but he's staying in there. So he's still
That's my
going.
hero right now.
He is still going. So he's going to go, and he's going to try to swing back with disadvantage.
And I also get a Sentinel Strike, because that's whenever an attack is made against an ally.
Oh, okay.
Still miss. It's fine.
Yep. So here we go. Great sword. 14 would hit. It's going to use a reaction, and a shield absorbs the shot. Second shot. Misses. That is Grumlikin's turn. He's wheezing hard now. Flame Skull, let's see, used one of those. Alright. Fawoosh is up.
Alright, I will let him have it with the acid again. Just barely missing both Sivero and Gromlik.
Gromlik,
Yeah, Gromlik.
So he makes his save. DC 13.
Strength save?
Dex.
Should be Dex.
Should be Dex.
Advantage. Yeah, makes it.
Oh, he can save through anything.
So he only takes half. 5.
All right. Anything else from Fawoosh?
I interact and draw my dagger in my offhand, so now I have my scimitar and my dagger.
Okay. Nothing else?
And then,
All right.
nope, I stay right there for now.
All right. Con check. Yeah, makes it. Fawoosh. Or, I mean, Kaz is up.
All right. Seeing the shield pop up, can I take a ready action until I see the shield drop?
It was a reaction to stopping one blow. It's no longer up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll totally attack him then.
Okay, yep, disadvantage.
I did it!
Yeah, 18.
Oh, that's almost max. That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that works out. So
Yeah.
he... let's see, that's going to be minus... Where's his thing at? Yeah. 15, so it's going to be this. There we go.
Let's go.
All right, so it you see it kind of pulse as if, and you kind of smack it, and it really hit it this time for the first time. You really felt your sword hit into it, and it pulses down, and it's very diminished, but it's just barely staying floating. But if you feel like if you were to get another shot like that, you've got this thing.
If only I had my action surge, but I have to let somebody else take the glory.
Somebody else will have to kill steal.
Yeah, it's cleaning up. It's fine.
Let's see here. So our other character, Samulkan. boy.
You got this,
None
new
of
buddy.
those things.
No, you could do it.
She's gonna cast another defensive spell. Because you guys are kind of in the way of anything else she can do. So
That's a fair point.
she casts Mirror Image, and you see 3 duplicates of her pop up. And she begins to try to maneuver to see if there's some other angle she can get to. So that will be her turn. Sivero, top of the round.
So we know that poison, fire, ice. What was the other one that he resists?
Cold, fire, and poison completely immune to.
Okay. So I am going to oh shoot, I'm in melee.
Did he make
aren't
his
I?
save, by the way? To keep up the blare?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, let me check real quick. So it still would be a 10. Let's see. So that's just normal. Con save.
Oh, it was a good hit!
Yeah.
Yay!
So the blur goes down. Yep.
So if I try to use my crossbow, I
Now it's a regular attack.
okay.
Oh, well, it's disadvantaged because you're
No,
within
it's
5 feet.
Exactly, and I don't want to move out of range, so I am going to go ahead and mock this SOB. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of ruby dust, and I'm going to kind of flash it across my body, out in his direction, and I'm going to. Let me see if it does anything first. So he needs to make a wisdom save for 1 psychic damage. I am going to say to him, "You're not a complete idiot. You're obviously missing some parts." Because he's exploding.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Internet.
let's make a
Think
let's make a
about it.
wisdom save.
Yeah.
15.
That definitely
He
makes sense.
makes it. He does not seem to understand your insult at all as he cackles at you.
Shoot.
All right.
So,
Yep, you still got your turn. Go ahead.
right, I'm gonna provoke an attack of opportunity and back away.
Okay.
So, because he's up next, isn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, I'll just stay. I don't know if that's metagaming. Well, I was just trying to take away his reaction, but if it's his turn next, then it doesn't matter anyways.
If he attacks you, then I can attack him.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. I forgot about that. So I'll take a 5-foot step back, so if he wants to take a reaction.
Yeah, I think he would. So let's see here. What's this? Nope. Okay. He has, his attacks are the fire ray attacks, so it's going to be a fire ray attack at you.
He also
good.
has disadvantage from the unwavering mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Magic. Yeah, I think he still would do it. Let's move this over to here. So 14.
That is my armor class.
All right, 7 fire damage as a fire ray burns into you.
All right, and then my retaliation strike.
Okay.
Nice.
And I get to re-roll that one.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see.
Woohoo! 1 into a 6.
Yay!
Nice.
So
nine
13
plus four?
total.
Yeah, I think he's going to burn his shield. He's got another one,
Okay.
which is going to boost his armor to 18.
He would have used his reaction to attempt to attack
Yeah, maybe.
Sivero.
Or is that
let me think of that. Yeah, hold on. Oh, no. Shield is... Well, yeah, let me see what shield says. Does it say reaction?
Shield is a reaction.
It does say
Reaction
reaction.
time
Yep.
on reaction.
Yep, does use it. Okay. All right. So, and it's slashing damage. So what was the total?
The total was 13.
All right. Yeah, that's gonna be enough. I think that's gonna be it.
Yay! Woo! I did it!
Minus 6.
Kays, you
Yeah,
the
minus
man.
6.
Or lizard.
When you hit, you hit.
Few and far between.
All right. Yeah, that's let's see. That guy goes down. There we go. Sweet. So the room becomes suddenly quiet, as we can hear already.
I kind of walk over. I'm charred on the shoulder. My hair's a little like I got one of those asymmetrical haircuts now. So like my one side is high, one side's low, and I'm like a little frizzy from like the static from before. And I go, "We did it! We did it!" And I like run over and hug Kayzahiir, and I go over and I hug Fawoosh.
We are great adventurers.
Yeah.
This time we did okay. Like holding my charred wounds.
All right.
And then yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Yay!
Then I'm gonna go over and investigate this shattered sarcophagi.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, so in it you see rotting robes. Is the only thing that you see in the and just more stone, and it looks like the rest of the bone skeleton of whatever this flame skull was. You don't see the skull in there, but you see the other scattered bones, and you see the robes are of a deep red ochre color, but they're tattered and they're very old.
Mm-hmm.
There is a body also in this room, which is right in front of the where the seal was, and it was broken. Which you can tell appears to be dressed as one of the acolytes of Kelemvore. So something must have happened to this acolyte down here, and he perished inside the room. But he also has nothing on him. So the only other thing in here is the chest.
Oh, I'm there.
Oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna at least get the dead Kelemvore priest over my shoulder and take him with us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start a song of rest. It takes 10 minutes.
Okay. Yep. See, what's that song sound like?
Would you like me to play it on my flute? No, I'm kidding. I'm just gonna do a soft melody on my flute.
Okay. And then remind us what it does for everybody.
Yeah, it's a soothing song of rest. Any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points by spending hit die at the end of a short rest. So it's 10 minutes and you get your hit dice. You can spend your hit dice. Each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points, which I shall roll unless we're going to be interrupted in these 10 minutes. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that do it? Oh. So I just need to roll 1d6. 5.
Nice, and it's 1d6 plus what?
Plus you can use your hit dice.
Okay.
It's basically an expedited short rest. I'm going to use 1 hit dice. Which
I
for
think I rolled all my hit die last time.
D8.
So, I am good.
All right. What's Fawoosh doing?
I am investigating the chest.
As
Okay.
you do.
Yeah, it appears not to be locked. You don't see any obvious signs of traps.
Okay. Then I will try to open it up.
Yeah, so you open it up, and inside there it appears to be like tokens and offerings to Kelemvore. It looks like it's a chest that would contain stuff that they would use as a ritual, but also in it appears to be quite a bit of gold pieces at the bottom of it. And as you scoop them out, and maybe during the Song of Rest, you're counting all this coinage out. It looks like there is 1,200 gold pieces in the bottom of the chest.
Damn.
Okay. And
Go ahead.
what did we agree to split?
Well, are
You
they
told them
paying
you would
attention to
split.
what you're doing?
Yeah.
I'm sure the clink of gold being swiped into pockets and bags is probably
Yeah.
I mean, we only have to split it 5 ways now.
Oh, jeez!
oh
Yeah, the dwarf.
Wow.
You see the dwarf kind of hold his greatsword and gives you a head shake of that wasn't the deal.
I'm gonna go over to the as I'm playing this, it's gonna be a very sad song, and I'm gonna go over to the fallen friend, and I'm just gonna as I'm doing the one-handed as I do, I'm gonna just double check because that was a very quick combat, however many seconds. I'm just gonna double check the pulse and make sure that I can't heal this person.
Yeah,
With this
she is.
song.
She is dead.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
And their companions come over and pick her up as if they're going to remove her from the crypt. Once they have their share of the wealth.
Sounds
First
good.
things first, gold.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
Plus
so each
two
of you
man.
would get, if you do split it 50-50, everybody gets a share, then everybody would get 200 gold pieces.
All right, sounds good.
I'm down. I'm rich.
So you see a door that opens as soon as the flame skull has been perished, and it creaks open, and it looks like a long unused corridor stairs that seem to be leading up.
Oh, up's good.
Up is not below. Yeah.
So you can follow that up. It goes about 60 feet before it reaches the surface, and you emerge through a concealed door and another what appears to be like a mausoleum that was near the temple. You make your way with your companions and the body of the priest of Kelemvor. The other group, as soon as you get to the surface, they just kind of give you the head shake, and then they go on their way. They're not following you towards the temple, back to the temple.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, look us up sometime. We work together pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see, I think the dwarf kind of just chuckles maybe, but you do see Sammelkin, the tiefling, kind of give you a nod of a respectful nod and says, "Well, if we see you in the same town, maybe we'll do that." And then
Run a
you
good
just see
dungeon
them
together.
head off.
It'll be nice.
We're making friends.
We got paid. We're making friends. We're gonna complete this. This is awesome.
Good day. This is a great day.
We are great adventurers.
So you make it back to Doomguide Solhearth, who greets you happily upon your return, and he's, "By the scales, you are back, and with the broken seals. Very well done," as you hand over the 7 broken seals. And you see him beckon some of the couple of priests who take those seals, and then he shakes each one of your hands, and he says to you, Thank you, friends. Your efforts have saved many today. We will repair and replace the seals before any more of these foul undead escape to ravage our countryside. And you can see where you're talking to them out in the barrows. Every now and then you see flashes of radiant god light and streaks of lightning come down from the sky. So it's clear they're still battling the horde out there, but the priests seem to have it under control. I mean, just like divine fury is happening out there as they are beating back this necromantic power. And it kind of emphasizes this conversation you're having with Doomguide Soulhearth. And he says, we're but humbled priests here, but please take this token of our appreciation. Safe travels, and may Kelemvore always keep your path in balance. And he pays you your promised 20 gold pieces for clearing out the crypts of Kelemvore.
I'm gonna try and do the salute that they do very poorly, just to...
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and be respectful.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Try being the key word.
Yes. I'm gonna lean over to my companions and I'm gonna go, should we help them with what's going on over there, or drinks?
Look, drinks first. We'll get a nice rest, and then we'll go and help.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I'm bad at magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
And we conclude where our adventurers will head off into the sunlight back onto the Sword Coast, having many more adventures with their luck dragon that they've... oh, wait a minute. Wrong movie. Yeah. The luck dragon with the dog face, which I always loved. I want all dragons to have dog heads. That'd be cool. But there you guys go. So you got to play the adventure of Crypts of Kelemvor. So hopefully that was super fun for everybody.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got to be a bard.
So that was pretty good. Pretty good fight there. What I liked about it is they changed the stats a little bit. Like if you'd have went into that room and you fought the grave robbers, because obviously you guys kind of deduced they were grave robbers. Mm-hmm. If you had fought them, then the Flame Skull wasn't quite as tough. Versus you guys did, like, they had that written in there. If the players decide to, kind of parlay with them and get them on their side, well, then the Flame Skull is this tough, and you guys got the super tough one, so it was kind of cool to see all the stuff there.
We got the super tough one in the hat.
But we didn't. Okay, we do better when we're fighting one thing as opposed to a lot of things. Remember?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, I was worried when the lightning bolt hit.
If I hadn't have saved.
Yeah, there were some definite problems going to happen there, and it still had a fireball left.
Oh my god!
But when I hit with that lightning bolt, I thought, well, let's use some of its attacks just to see what happens here. It's normal stuff. But you guys kind of crowded it, so it really couldn't use the fireball anyways. I guess it could have. I'm a dumb GM. It doesn't get hurt by fire, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered if it had detonated a fireball in the room and just wiped everybody else. I didn't even think... You guys are so lucky the DM was just thinking that.
Yay!
I forgot it was immune. Yeah, immune. So, no, I thought you guys did good because you surrounded it. And yeah, when you guys beat on one thing and there's 6 of you, that's a pretty good. Actually, if the dwarf was going to go down too, this was my plan. Samilkin was going to turn invisible and run, which is going to be like, I'm out. Two of my people are gone. I'm out. Busting out. And they kind of, they are grave robbers, so they are thieves. They don't want to help Kelemvor, or they don't care about helping Kelemvor one way or the other. But it did say they were honest. So that's why I kind of kept them like, they were like we're thieves. We know we're thieves. We're smugglers. We're, whatever. They weren't necessarily super evil, ready to stab you in the back kind of guy. But you guys did a good job of being ready just in case anyways. So that was pretty good.
I liked the image of Fawoosh behind the pillar, kind of poking at the chest, and all of a sudden there's this flat, blinding flash of light. And he's like, "Did I do that?"
Yeah, that's
the 2 gentle steps backwards.
So that was pretty good. Yeah, lightning bolt's a cool spell. That's a lot of damage. That was good.
Yeah.
All right, so we have finished up. I think that's where we'll end our session. If you missed this and you want to catch up on how all of this unfolded with our players from the very beginning, you can see it on YouTube, youtube.com/SirLucien, and you can watch the Crypts of Kelemvor Part 1, 2, and 3. I'll put Part 3 up here in the next day or so. And or you can check it out on the VODs also on Twitch, because I always keep those up for a little while. This will definitely not be the last you see of games on the channel. Might not even be the last you see of many of these players. Some may return. We may have more stuff coming up. I always have openings in other games, and I always kind of put it out to other people I like to play with. And we may bring in some new blood. We may bring in some old faces that you've seen before. Start mixing it up. I like to mix my group chemistries up to see how things go and see how new characters go. It's never beyond the realm of possibility. I'll give you an example. We did a one-shot for McLancy Waddle, and they had so much fun in that, those 4, that we ended up doing 3 more sessions with those groups, and we advanced them a couple of times. So we got to see more of the saltwater adventuring crew, which was really cool. Or Salt Break Adventuring Company. That's what they were. The Salt Break Adventuring Company. What you guys need to do is you need a name if this group is ever going to possibly make another appearance.
We had the name.
Okay, there you go.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. You're the Malik Kalim.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll start hashtagging that out. So maybe in the future we see another adventure. Maybe I find another cool adventure that we could play, and but we'll just see how people's schedules go. It's always weird because we've got lots of different games that are being played, and we'll see. But hopefully we get to play some more. You can always find some more Dungeons & Dragons. We want to play some more other games too, so if you guys are interested in that, I'll keep you in mind. We're going to play some Masks. We're going to play some Star Trek Adventures. We're probably going to play... I want to do a Warhammer at one point. What else do I want to play? I want to play Monster Hunters. I want to play it all. There's nothing... I want to run all kinds of games, so there's going to be a bunch. But that is it for us. For our players, let's let you lead out this time. So, Sivero, LB, hack 'em up. Tell people where they can maybe send you a message, tell how great of a role player you are, and maybe tell us what you thought of the adventure and how much fun you had.
Well, if you guys want to tweet me, I don't tweet a lot, but I'm on there. It's RDZIADZIO. And just let me know what you think. I loved this. I loved the group, and we came up with a lot of backstory that wasn't necessarily necessary, but it was fun, and I like playing. I've never played online before. This was fun. Once I got over there are people watching me phase, I think that it became a lot more fun and I got more into it. But yeah, I'd love to come back, and I'd love to role play and do whatever sort of character that we need. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. I love the voice too. You came up with a voice, putting me to shame, which is so good. So it was fun to have you on. I definitely hope to have you on some more of the games. So if I can talk you into it and get your schedule to work out. So
it's gonna be so hard to talk me into doing it again.
Yeah, Indoor Adventurer. Tell us where people can check you out. I know you got a YouTube channel, and tell us what you thought of the adventure, or just playing in general.
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just /SimpleAndKeen, which is the name of the YouTube channel, where every other Thursday I will post a discussion topic about game design, and tomorrow is going to actually be about the third axis of a character's creation in terms of alignment, which is kind of interesting because there's only 2. But yeah, no, I love this. I have not been on a solid dungeon crawl in years, so this was definitely much needed and much appreciated. And you were an excellent DM, and this was a fantastic time. Even as a 3-part one-shot, it was still a fun session to play out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll have to see if the schedules work out, and there's be other games that I'll definitely keep you guys in mind. And I always post out on Discord when we need players, and we're going to add people together. So if it works out in your schedules and you guys want to play some more games that I run, you're definitely welcome to. So awesome.
Sounds good.
Well, thanks for joining us. And last, and everybody always says not least, but I'm going to say last and the least of this. No, I'm just kidding. Graybeard, my regular of this casting crew, who plays in everything, including. I even went to a convention and he played in my convention game last 2 weeks ago. Graybeard, tell them where they can find you and what stuff you're doing, and then tell us what you thought of the adventure and just playing in general.
I'm Old Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern. You can check out YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, you name it. And I play mostly right now in Lucian's games, and then I always do Darkest Dungeons on Sunday unless I'm at work, and I absolutely love that. That's on Graybeard's Tavern on Twitch, and I love props and silliness, so we have a good time. 10 to 12 Eastern Standard Time, and other than that, anything Lucian's running, I try to get in on. So I'll try. Anyway, that's it for me.
Yeah, we got to come up with a Darkest Dungeons hack that we can do for 5e where it's hardcore and it's super hard, lots of sanity things going on, diseases being a problem, all that kind of cool stuff. That would be kind of fun at some point. I like the psychological thing of these people that the further they go, the more they begin to lose their mind, and somehow work that into a D&D game would be really fun. I'll have to think about that at some point, so that'd be pretty cool. So, all right, guys, I'm SirLucien. This has been SirLucien's gaming channel. You can find me at SirLucien, which you're here is twitch.tv/SirLucien. You can also find me at youtube.com/SirLucien. And then on Twitter, which I'm on quite a bit, you can find me at SirLucien Gaming. I wanted SirLucien, but I didn't quite get it. Here's the funny thing. SirLucien from the Twitter, at SirLucien, contacted me and said, hey, is your name really Lucian? I'm like, no, it's not really my name. It's my dad's actual middle name, and I use it for online, and I use it for my other hobby, which is a medieval reenactment hobby. And he's like, oh, I thought I found somebody else that had a name that spelled it just like mine. I'm like, well, it was my dad's middle name. He's like, oh, that's cool. So then he followed me on that. So the at SirLucien is following me, which is pretty funny and cool. But my for Twitter to get a hold of me is at SirLucien Gaming, all one word. So hope you had fun. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We will see you in the next show. Bye.